Hey there, Joel here and welcome to my channel Math World. Today I'm going to start with a new chapter whose name was already introduced in another chapter. And without wasting much time, let me introduce this chapter. And I guess you're wondering, why am I using this word chapter again and again? Just like that, for fun. Let's roll the intro. If I give you this paper and tell you construct a rectangular box for me whose length is twice its breadth, and you will not bother much about it, all you will do is fold this paper to get the perfect box. But if I tell you that this is not just paper but it is a metallic sheet, then it will become a bit difficult because you can't fold to approximate the size. That means you will have to properly calculate, and to calculate this, two conditions, right? The length is twice its breadth, and the second condition is don't waste much of the metal. That means you can't make a small box, nor you can use some more metal. You have to use only this much, and that point of time you will require quadratic equations to solve this, because the moment I give you a condition that the length is twice its breadth, you know all the dimensions possible. So use those in the quadratic equation to get this into a perfect rectangular box without making much of the wastage. So that would be one of the use to study quadratic equation. There are a number of uses. We will learn more of them as and when we are solving word problems on this chapter. And hearing the terms word problems, you're already fed up with this chapter. But I assure you that I'll make them as simple as possible. Currently we're not going to look at the word problems. Let us understand a few methods of solving quadratic equations. So let's get started. A polynomial of degree 2 is called as quadratic equation. That means the degree of the polynomial has to be 2 to be called as a quadratic equation. Here is the general equation for a quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c. When this number over here is changed to any other number, then it won't become a quadratic equation. Since it is 2, it is a quadratic equation. Kindly ignore the sound, please. So remember this general equation, ax square plus bx plus c. This is important when you are going to solve questions. Okay, now the next part is, let us understand the first method, that is factorization method, okay, which is also called as splitting of middle term. That's the one. So to start with, what we do is we take this coefficient and multiply with the last one. So 2x square multiplied by 3 will give me positive 6x square. Okay, always remember the sign, coefficient, variable. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, x square, and there's no x value over here, so it becomes x square again, and plus and plus will give me plus. Now I need to split this 6x square in such a way that addition or subtraction of these two numbers will give me minus 5x, and multiplication will give me 6x square. So the numbers can be 3 twice is 6. So 3x multiplied by 2x will give me 6x x square. Now let us see if we add these two numbers, will I get negative 5? 3 plus 2 will give me positive 5, but I require negative 5 over here. So all I have to do is remember this much, that the sign for the middle term will always go for the greater number. So negative will come over here. Now if this is negative, all I have to do is, I need a plus sign, right? So I'll have to put a negative sign over here too. So minus and minus plus, 3 2s are 6, x into x, x square. Also minus and minus is plus, 3 plus 2 is 5, and sign of the greater number. So I've already found my two factors, and they will be minus 2x and minus 3x. Now what I have to do is take common with these two and take common with these two. So this would become, I can see 2 over here, there's 2 over here also, so I can write 2 outside the bracket. There's x square and there's x, so I can take maximum x outside the bracket. So what remains is, from here one x will remain, and from here nothing, so everything is gone out, right? So what remains is 1. Once you have got this bracket, write exactly the same bracket over here again, and look at this number. It is minus 3x, right? So I need to put something, that something is minus 3, so that when I multiply over here I get minus 3x. That's how this step is complete. I don't know why so many vehicles are just passing by today. So whatever is common, right? I have x minus 1 here, x minus 1 here. So write that bracket once, and what is outside the bracket, that is 2x and minus 3, combine them together to write them again. So 2x minus 3 will come again. Okay? Now this would become x minus 1 equals to 0, or 2x minus 3 equals to 0. All I have done now is taken this minus 1 on the other side will become positive, and taken minus 3 on the other side becomes 3. 2 which is multiplied goes on the other side, gets divided and becomes 3 upon 2. And finally you have to write this statement where you tell that the factors are 1 and 3 upon 2. I hope these steps are clear for factorization method. We have already learned splitting of middle term. It's the same thing, just the name is different. It's like, you know, old wine in a new bottle, or something like that. The new wine in the old bottle. Just how the saying goes. Just the name is changed. That's it. Nothing else. All right. And if you have understood this method entirely, then you can go ahead and try these two problems and these two and these two as well. Okay, should I give more? No, that would be fine. So try these problems, and after that you will be a champion at solving factorization method. This is Joel saying bye to you. Take care, keep solving, and if you like my work, please don't forget to hit the like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.